EU leaders achieved a compromise to impose a partial oil embargo on Russia. The breakthrough occurred during the Ukraine Aid Summit. However, EU Council President Charles Michel said on Twitter that the deal covers more than two-thirds of Russia's oil imports and cuts off a huge source of funding for its war machine. He said, "This is a great achievement. We need political leadership in these unusual times. It is crucial more than ever to show that we can be strong and tough to defend our values." The embargo is part of the sixth round of EU sanctions against Moscow in response to its invasion of Ukraine. The new measures include excluding Sberbank, Russia's largest bank, from the SWIFT system, as well as blacklisting people allegedly involved in war crimes in Ukraine. Ursula von der Leyen, the EU's chief executive, said the punitive measures would effectively reduce about 90% of Russia's oil imports to the EU by the end of the year. The EU has already imposed 5 previous rounds of sanctions against Russia over its war. It targets more than 1,000 people, including Russian President Vladimir Putin and senior government officials, as well as pro-Kremlin oligarchs, banks, the coal sector, and many others. The initial oil ban was announced by European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen a month ago. It focuses on offshore and pipeline imports with a complete phase-out by the end of the year. The day before, several member states, including Hungary, Slovakia, the Czech Republic, and Bulgaria, raised objections asking for exemptions in the sixth sanctions package to have more time to mitigate and adapt their refineries. The EU sanctions require a unanimous vote of all 27 member states. After several rounds of difficult negotiations, a compromise was reached to add an exception for pipeline imports. About two-thirds of Russian oil imported into the EU comes through ports, while the rest comes through the Druzhba pipeline, which is linked to refineries in Poland, Hungary, Slovakia, the Czech Republic, and Germany. These refineries are used to reliable and relatively cheap supplies of Russian oil. The pipeline's clearance will be seen as a successful step by Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, who has been a staunch opponent of a total embargo. However, some insiders in Brussels were skeptical of Orban, who is considered the bloc's most pro-Putin leader. A high-ranking diplomat said, "Hungary is playing Moscow's game. They didn't convince us that their objections are essentially technical.